I'm Lily Carden, and I'm here to talk to you today about a few great reads featuring strong, courageous girls and women. Are you a young woman looking for a story that will make you feel empowered? Do you love the Wonder Woman movie and wish you could find a book that you love just as much? Or maybe you're just tired of reading romances and want something a little different. Whatever the reason, check out these titles for stories featuring awesome girls and women. Let's go. If you like fast-paced, fun, sporty books with plenty of awkward moments and friendship drama thrown into the mix, then you will love Roller Girl by Victoria Jameson. The main character in Roller Girl is a 12-year-old girl named Astrid. Astrid has a best friend, Nicole, who she has done everything with since elementary school. When Astrid's mom takes them to their first roller derby game, she falls in love with the sport. If you haven't heard of roller derby before, it's kind of like football, except that all the players are girls. They skate around a roller rink like the one you see behind me. They wear crazy outfits and have bright hair dye, and they have wild nicknames like Scald Eagle, Scream Soda, and Mars Rover. Astrid decides she and Nicole will become roller girls by enrolling in the Junior Roller Derby League summer camp. She makes all the necessary plans. She signs up for camp, buys all her supplies, including an awesome helmet and rainbow socks, and she gets everything ready. The one thing she doesn't think to do, though, is actually ask Nicole whether she wants to go to derby camp. It turns out that Nicole had already signed up for dance camp with some other friends and really wanted to do that instead. So Astrid has to head out to roller derby camp on her own. And it turns out that learning how to roller skate is a lot harder than it looks. She's pretty much the worst skater on the team. To add to that, she's outgrowing all her clothes, she's arguing with her mom, and just generally experiencing all the troubles of becoming a teenager. The summer is really not working out how she planned. Will Astrid be able to put in the hard work and make it on the team? Will she learn how to be independent and strong on her own without Nicole? You'll have to read the story yourself to find out. Oh wait, did I even mention that Roller Girl is a full-color graphic novel? That means that every page inside is packed with amazing pictures that really bring the story to life. For example, take a look at this page about roller derby practice. If you've never read a graphic novel before, this is a perfect book to start with. Even if you're a die-hard fan of the format, I think you'll enjoy this one. The graphic novel format is especially fun for this book because of how colorful and wild roller derby is. Instead of just reading about how the team members dye their hair crazy colors, you can actually see it. Don't you wish every book had pictures that great to go along with it? And the author really knows exactly what roller derby looks like because she actually plays for the Rose City Rollers, and her undercover derby name is Winnie the Pooh. If any of this sounds interesting to you, then you should definitely pick up a copy of Roller Girl by Victoria Jameson. Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wein is a historical fiction novel set in the time of World War II. At that time in history, women would not typically be allowed to serve in the military or fly planes, but during the war, the Allies needed to put everyone who was willing and capable of helping to work. Maddie is a mechanic who earns her civilian pilot's license and enlists in the British Women's Auxiliary Air Force, where she is able to fly planes like the Portsmouth you see here. While enlisted, she befriends a Scottish secret agent named Queenie, and the two quickly become inseparable. When the women fly into France on a secret mission, however, something goes terribly wrong. Their plane is hit with anti-aircraft fire, and Queenie is captured by the Nazi Gestapo and interrogated about her involvement with the resistance. She doesn't know what happens to Maddie after the plane crash. As a prisoner of war, Queenie has the option to either give up all the information she knows or face torture and execution. Let me read you the first page of the book, and you'll learn what decision she makes. I am a coward. I wanted to be heroic, and I pretended I was. I have always been good at pretending. I spent the first 12 years of my life playing at the Battle of Stirling Bridge with my 5 big brothers. And even though I'm a girl, they let me be William Wallace, who is supposed to be one of our ancestors, because I did the most rousing battle speeches. God, I tried hard last week. My God, I tried. But now I know I am a coward. After the ridiculous deal I made with SS Hauptsturmführer von Linden, I know I am a coward. And I'm going to give you anything you ask, everything I can remember, absolutely every last detail. Queenie proceeds to give her confession to her German captors. By writing the story of her friendship with Maddie and detailing everything throughout their lives that has led up to the fateful moment of that plane crash. The story is suspenseful, heartbreaking, adventurous, and so full of twists and turns that it will completely defy all your expectations about historical fiction. Codename Verity is also available as an audiobook, and the 2 narrators, Morven Christie and Lucy Gaskell, bring Queenie, Maddie, and all the other characters to life with a brilliant performance of English, Scottish, French, and German accents. Their reading truly makes you feel as if you are right there with Queenie in the interrogation room as she confesses her life story. If you enjoy great audiobooks, or if you enjoy books that are full of action, suspense, and adventure, then Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wein is right for you. Imagine taking a family day trip to the beach, heading out into the water for a swim, and then waking up from a coma nearly 2 weeks later and being told that you were attacked by a shark and doctors had to amputate your arm. That's exactly what happened to 15-year-old Jane in Shark Girl by Kelly Bingham. When Jane wakes up, she doesn't remember anything about the shark attack, and she finds out that her arm has been amputated. She feels like nothing in her life will ever be the same. Everything immediately becomes more difficult with one arm. Eating, getting dressed, washing her hair. Jane was a wonderful artist before the attack, but now she isn't sure that she will ever be able to draw again. Although the doctors say she can be fitted for a prosthetic arm, the thought of learning how to use one seems terrifying, and she can't decide whether kids at school are more likely to stare at her with no arm or a fake arm. Even worse, the shark attack was caught on film and has now become a viral news story. Everyone across the country now knows her as the Shark Girl. News stations call her to request interviews. People whisper about her when they think she can't hear. And she receives flowers and letters in her hospital room from people all over the country who say they are praying for her or they understand what she is going through. She just wants to live a normal life, but that opportunity has been stolen from her. On top of the emotional trauma of losing her arm and receiving unwanted public attention, Jane experiences chronic pain from her amputation. She has to attend physical therapy and psychological therapy to help her learn how to manage her condition and continue to live her life despite this tragedy. Shark Girl is a realistic fiction novel written in verse, which means the story is told in a series of poems. These poems are all told directly from Jane's point of view, as if she's writing in a diary, and they're not weighed down by tons of unnecessary details and description. Listen to this part of one poem to get an idea. This is what Jane is thinking before she has to leave the hospital and go back to the real world. The eyes of the doctors are familiar. The kind of seeing I can almost live with. It's their job, taking care of people like me. I was welcome here. I fit in. Out there, I won't. Interspersed throughout the novel are extra bits of information, like newspaper articles and letters from public admirers that give Jane's words background and meaning. The verse poetry style of this book makes it a very quick read, and it would be perfect for someone who wants a book about a serious subject that won't take days of reading to finish. If you have ever felt out of place or like you don't fit in or have found yourself feeling like the odds are impossibly against you, then you might enjoy Shark Girl by Kelly Bingham and find it inspiring. Roller Girl by Victoria Jameson, Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wein, and Shark Girl by Kelly Bingham are all very different types of books, but they all feature strong, courageous girls and women as the lead characters. I hope you've enjoyed hearing about these 3 books and have added at least one of them to your to-be-read list. See you next time!